was a deep winter night. A thick layer of snow had blanketed the entire city, and frost had formed intricate patterns on the window glass. A faint wind howled through the darkness, occasionally creating a tapping sound against the window. Raffi had taken on the responsibility of looking after his cousin, Nilo, and his 3 friends for the night. His uncle and aunt had left for an urgent trip out of town, and in return, Raffi was getting 2,000 taka. The job seemed simple, just spending time with the kids, feeding them, and putting them to sleep. Easy money. As the night deepened, the kids were all gathered in the living room, playing PlayStation. Despite the freezing temperatures outside, the small drawing room remained warm and cozy. Everything felt peaceful until suddenly the silence was shattered. A distinct sound echoed from the upstairs room, heavy footsteps. At first, Raffi thought it might be his uncle returning early, but then he remembered they weren't supposed to be back until the next night, and the doorbell hadn't rung once. A slight unease crept into his mind, but he dismissed it, thinking it could be something falling due to the wind. 5 minutes later, the sound came again, this time unmistakable. Someone was slowly descending the stairs. Nilo whispered, "Boy, is someone here?" Raffi slowly stood up and walked towards the basement door. It was slightly open. A cold gust of air touched his neck, sending a shiver down his spine. He gently pushed the door shut, but the fear lingered. Then came another nose breathing. The sound was so close, it felt as if someone was standing right at the foot of the stairs, just beyond his sight. One of Nilo's friends whimpered, "Baya, should we hide?" Raffi made a quick decision. He turned off the TV, switched off the lights, and hurriedly motioned for the kids to move into the workout room. Their breathing was almost silent. A long, heavy silence followed. Thump, thump, thump. The unmistakable sound of slow, deliberate footsteps echoed through the basement. Someone was coming down. Raffi grabbed a chair and jammed it against the door. He added heavy weights in front of it, blocking the entrance. Then he listened carefully. The footsteps stopped. Moments later, the distant creak of the boiler room door opening sent a fresh wave of terror through him. Then, after a pause, the door closed again slowly. But the most terrifying moment was yet to come. The handle of the workout room door began to turn. Raffi threw his entire weight against the door, holding it shut. Inside, the kids clutched each other, too scared to make a sound. No one even dared to breathe. Then, after several long seconds, the unseen visitor outside suddenly turned and ran. The sound of footsteps racing up the stairs echoed through the basement. Silence followed. Cautiously, Raffi peeked through the door's gap. Nothing. After waiting a while, he finally gathered enough courage to go upstairs. The front door was wide open. Freezing air was rushing inside. But the most horrifying thing, there were large footprints in the dust on the stairs only going down. There were no footprints leading back up. Raffi and the kids wasted no time. They immediately called the police. But to this day, the mystery remains unsolved. Who was the visitor that night? What did they want? And most chilling of all, did they truly leave, or were they still hiding somewhere?